Okay guys, well, what are we doing today here? Well, it's Tuesday and we're going over to see Ron, my Model A. And he said, hey, if you want to bring the camera over and get a couple shots of your car, go ahead. So I thought, well, you guys might want to come along for the ride and get included in this, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to set the camera down right now because I'm driving and you're not supposed to be doing that because that's a no-no. That's what they say anyway. So I'm going to set the camera down and we're going to head over to Ron's, and when I get there you get to see the Model A and we'll get this bad boy fired back up. Alright, we've arrived. Hello? Yep. Oh yeah. I brought the whole crew with me today. I brought the camera. Yeah, he said to bring the camera, so we're gonna catch you in action. Oh. There he is in action up there. Look at he's collecting all the Model A's. God, what a hoarder. Anyway, oh, there's the friendly cat right there. He's got a bad hair day today, but that's okay. Yeah. Well. Oh, there's no carpet to see.
It's on the table.
Oh, okay.
We're in the sewing stage.
Well, the trunk one's there. There we go, lovely. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful.
You want to imagine what your top would look like if it was white?
It would look good, wouldn't it? There we go. Look at that. And that's the foam now, right? That we shaved down.
Yep, that's the foam.
Yeah, and the wood's all up under there, and beautiful. All right. Okay. Well, let me grab a seat. All right, guys, you got a glimpse of my Model A over there at Ron's. I don't know how if he's camera happy, camera shy, I don't know. I didn't want to film him too much, right? He's out there, but he's watching us right now. He's hearing every word I'm saying. So I didn't want to get carried away with the camera, but you got to see the car. He's doing a great job. I'm happy. I'm happy. Hey, it's only mid-March. Honestly, let him take his time. Let him enjoy it. I know a lot of people are like, wow, you just want to get the car back. Can't wait to see it. I don't want the car back. I ain't going to do nothing with it. It's March. It's still going to rain here. Fuck, it could snow for all I know. I don't want it. He's got a nice 3-bay garage with heated floors. Best place for that car right now is over at his house because I need to stay focused on the wagon. So, hey, I don't want to see that car till May. Now, he may want another sooner, and I'll get another sooner if he wants me to. But if it's there to May, I have no issue. I go visit it once in a while, I'm happy. So, hey, big thumbs up to Ron. You're doing an awesome job. And I'll show you what I'm working on around the shop. And yes, it's still out. So I got a lung infection. That's what's going on. I don't know why, but anyway, obviously it was all that, must have been all that liquor I drank last Friday. So, today, I was working on, this is my brother's trailer. Now some people actually think he's my brother. He's not. He's such a good friend, I call him my brother. You know, he's my older brother, definitely older, and I'm more handsome too. And probably a little wiser, maybe a little cooler. Yeah, and that's why he's Rick number 2 and I'm number 1. But anyway, this is his trailer. Fenders are all rotten off it. As you can see, they're rotted away. So I got this one all cut off here today. And it's all prepped and ready to weld a new one on. And I'm just leaving the other one on there. I don't like to cut everything all apart and all at once. I like to leave one side to kind of go, to kind of copy. I also moved his license plate. For some strange reason, this is a tilt trailer. And they put the fucking license plate, the holes are down here. So the license plate hangs down here, so when he tilts it, it just squishes it. So I raised it up as far as I could. It can't squish the plate now, because when the trailer stops, it stops on this piece of angle iron here. See? Goes right down to the back. And I leveled the license plate off with it. So, that's all good. Well, then he'll take it home, he'll paint it up when I'm done. Excuse me, guys. I'll show you what's been going on at the wagon in the evenings. I took the heater outside box off with the fan. Gonna sand that all down and paint it up nice, because remember we said we're painting the firewall? So I started ripping the firewall apart. Alright, got all this ripped off it out of the way. I'm going to pull this hinge off it now. Pull the gas pedal out of it. And I'm not pulling the booster master. We'll just fucking mask that up. We can work around that. But I'll get all this shit off of there. Cleaned up. And then Sean can work his magic and prep all that for me and get it ready for paint. And then I also started... I'm not going to be needing these gauges you can see behind here. Right down there that were under the dash. So I got those out. And I started... There you go, you can see. Started taking the dash all apart. God, I've opened up a can of worms here. I just do this to myself all the time. I honestly should have started this sooner. We're in mid-March, and I'm supposed to have this car up at the Soyuz car show for May 31st. Not to enter the car show, I don't do that. I mean, I'm just going up there to cruise around and hang out with friends and party at the hotel. So, you know, I want to take this car because it's the wife's car. She can drive it, have fun. I'll have the engine in there, I'll have all that done, but I just feel like I'm pushing it. I still got to wire it, got to drop the gas tank, put a new sending unit in it. It's got a couple exhaust leaks, but those I could leave. Still got to do the front windshield, it's broken. Got to get it out. I did order the new seal for that. Just, you know, I want to paint the dash before we wire it, so I got to gut the dash, which is, you know, I'm working on that stuff in the evenings when I'm not working. So I just, I opened a can of worms up. I shouldn't have got that carried away with it. So anyway, whatever. So that's all good. The one thing I did do is I spent the money. I just couldn't leave it. I know I'm just polishing a lot of up. Here's the original grill. Look at it. It's all busted, cracked, broken, bent. You know, it's oxidized, everything. Well, I bought a brand new one. I did buy a brand new grill insert. I just, you know, I wanted to get that. I just thought I couldn't take the fact that that was all busted up, right? And it's all smashed in here. It isn't showing the camera. Maybe it does. It's all smashed like that. It's got some dings somewhere over here. I forget where. Right in that area right there, it's dinged in. But it just looks horrible. So, I mean, you can't tell me there's no difference there. I mean, look at the difference. Alright, so that's going to spruce it up. You know, and I'll wax up the rest of the chrome and clean it up really good the best I can. So let's see what else is going on. Give you a little shop update, right? So Mike was working away last week there on the Camaro. Got all the outer wheel tubs fit. Quarters cut off it, as you can see now. He's got them, oh, they're laying up top of the roof, on the roof up there. He's got them all pre-fit, so he's basically, as far as I know, I think he's basically ready to slap them suckers on there and start welding them on. So still a bit of time, you know, you probably put the quarters on, grind it down, tidy it up, put chunk drop in. You know, he's probably got another 30, 40 hours aside there. Probably does, right? But for this week, he's working on Chevy pickup, or the panel, GMC, sorry, not Chevy. He's making all the panels that go up in behind here. I don't know if I can get in behind here and show you or not. See, he's made all the back panel there, it all is. Just making all that up. So once it looks like he's going to have this side done pretty quick here. So then he'll be on to this side. And honestly, this side's worse. But honestly, once this side's done, the welding is done. This truck is done for metalwork. Over. Seems like everything always takes a long time, but hey, it does. Because there's so many hidden issues. No different than this one I'm working on, right? So many hidden issues. So I'll be back on this one here tomorrow. Today I was working on other things, the trailer and a couple other things, but I'll be back on this one tomorrow and working away on that. And now we'll go outside here. Sean's been working away on the Dodge pickup, the 93. Cool little pickup. Oh, it's not a little pickup, but cool truck overall. Take a look, he's got all the, so he's roughed in all the bodywork on the front fenders. They're done. Now remember, we're not pulling the fenders off this truck. This is not going to that extreme. We did pull the front shield off, easier to do that off the truck. Obviously we pulled the hood, we pulled the doors. Because we are going to paint the door jambs, we're going to paint the back side of the doors. but we're not painting anything inside the cab. You know, we'll get paint in here, you know, but we're not painting like up underneath the hood area here. We're not doing none of that. We'll do the fender down to the lip, the cutoff. There's a lip right here, so we'll do this part. That's it. Take these little rubbers off. We'll do that, make it look neat and tidy. All right, back and front glasses out. Make sure we get nice paint around there. Put a new windshield in it. Put the back window back in it. We're going to be lifting the box off it tomorrow. Tomorrow the box comes off. Then Sean can get behind the cab and he can get, believe it or not, he won't body work this side of the box, but he'll sand it, prep it, and we'll get some nice paint on there. Right? So he'll do that. Then, basically this week, before the end of this week, or maybe the end of this week, I don't know, it depends. Sean's always got a million things he's on the go of. I just look at his book every day to see what he's worked on. This old truck is in first primer. Then, it's basically just give her a block, fix any little highs or lows we might have missed, give it a light coat of primer, a more light coat of primer, leave it alone, leave it sit for a week, again like I tell you, then we'll block all the edges, block out the doors, paint the inside of the doors, put the doors back on, you know. The box, we don't worry about it because we'll take it when we go to the paint booth. The box will be painted off the truck, but we'll get all the inside of the doors done, all that kind of stuff, and away we go. She'll be looking good. So, and I believe he's primering up stuff in here today. Yeah, there's the front piece there. He took off. There's that. So he's always got something on the go. Look at, here's the wing for the, whatever you want to call it, the spoiler for the 69 Camaro. He's obviously working on that. All right, here's the hood for the Dodge. Got that all in primer. There's the doors, the inner doors. He's got them all primered up today. You know. They look good. And then that's something else he's working on. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. It's going to be a good little truck. Now, granted, I want you to all keep this in mind. Like, this is a nice cleanup job we're doing for this gentleman. He is painting it back black. So he wants it black, and black is a nightmare. Because, you know, when you go black, you always got to have them, you got to have them really straight. Or people just nitpick, right? So, anyway, our work is always good here anyway. I'm not worried about Sean, but, you know, I mean, we're not giving it that. Sometimes when we do the show cars, we'll primer like you see now, block it, primer one more time. Not going to go to that extreme for this one. Gentleman didn't want to. That's all fine. He doesn't have to worry. It's still going to look, when it leaves here, it'll look like it rolled out of the factory. That's how it'll look. It'll look as nice as it rolled out of the factory. So that's the main thing. We'll give it a, some people are asking, what do you use for paint? We use base coat, clear coat, matrix is one of my go-tos. We always put 3 coats of base down regardless how it covers. We like to give it 3 coats of base and usually 3 coats of clear. Really all you have to do is usually 2 coats of base and 2 coats of clear. Definitely only 2 coats of clear is really all you need to have to do, but we like to give it 3, so if there's a little issue down the road or something and you have to try and do a little polish in it, you got that little extra clear on there and kind of helps you out, right? So that's it. And then we've unmasked the Falcon here. We're gonna be starting on the Falcon again next week. So we had painted everything up for the Falcon except for the doors on the inside. The trunk lid's all done, the hood, but the doors never got done. So we're gonna do the inside of the doors and the fender lips, and then I'm gonna bolt the doors on it. And whoops, sorry. I'm gonna bolt the doors on it, and then I'm gonna bolt the fenders on, and then basically we'll get the owner out here. He can look it all over, and I got to drill some holes in the front fenders for a couple pieces of chrome trim, and then basically he can look it over, and then I think we're good to go to start blocking and getting it ready for paint. So, and there's the silver he's going. It's did it already on the edge. It's called Iconic. I think it's called Iconic Silver. It's a 2020 Ford color. It's a nice color combination he's going. Like silver on the bottom, like this will be the silver from this line down, this will be the black, and of course again you got to make sure it's going to be shiny where, I mean not shiny, it's got to be straight where it's going to be black, right? So, you know, gotta look good. Yeah, and you see the old pickup is back. The old Mercury, remember? The owner brought it back because we had to put a few things together on it. Because he had to take it out of here because he had an upholstery date. So he had to get a few things together put on it. So anyway, in the meantime, he took it away and he went to put his mirrors, set his mirrors up on there. And the holes that were in the doors originally they weren't in the right spot or something. Like when the truck came in, the mirrors were on it with the holes. So nobody thought anything of it. It was just like, leave the holes alone in the doors because I'm putting these mirrors back on. It was like, yeah, fine and dandy. So then he started looking at some pictures to make sure everything was 100% correct. And unfortunately, the truck had already been painted. He was like, oh my God, 2 of these holes on each door are in the wrong spot. So guess what that means? Had to weld up the holes. Sean had to do the body work there. And now we got to respray the doors and blend it into the truck. So that's what Sean's doing right now. I don't want to bother him right now. He's in there standing. I don't want to get in his way, but he's just getting the doors prepped and ready. It's taking him a while because the truck's all nicely upholstered now. It's painted. You're trying not to. It's a slow process, but it can be done. So unfortunately, we're going to be repainting the doors on there. No one's fault. Shit happens. That's what it's all about. Shit happens. It sucks. You know, it's probably depressing to the owner, Brad. You know, and a little depressing to me because I wish I'd known too, because I hate it when I have to mess with stuff like that when it's freshly, or, you know, fresh paint, right? I hate to mess with it because it takes so much longer. You got to be so much more careful, and you're masking so much more off, and it's like, oh my God, you know, like, oh, you know, like it should be $100 repair. It's going to wind up into a $500 repair. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of. So, oh wow, oh, quiet riots on the radio. Huh. Wow, that brings back memories. I feel like I'm back in the high school again for what little time I was there. Anyway, so trying to think if there's something new in the office here. No, I got my valve cover gaskets came for the valve covers for the 58, and the spark plugs came. Fram filter, which I didn't really want a Fram. I do use them. I know a lot of people are against Fram filters. They're like, oh, don't use Fram. I mean, I don't know. I've used Fram for years. I know they've kind of gotten a bad name now, but you know, I try not to use them. But once in a while, you get them. So it is what it is, right? And that's about it. So, with that being said, my voice is done, guys. Voice is done. Gotta go drink some more water, take my antibiotics, and just keep plugging away. Okay. Hey, it's always a good time at old time, and I hope you like the update on the Model A. Catch you later.